Okay everyone, so welcome back to another behind the scenes video. I finally got my Osmo Pocket camera back. I broke it last week. I was doing basically a shot on the Stairmaster. You can actually look at it if you go to my last vlog. It's the last shot and it broke, and actually I'm pretty surprised by how good the repair service is of DJI, because I got it back in like less than a week, repaired back from Hungary, so pretty good stuff. But anyway, I wanted to chat on this behind the scenes video basically about the most important thing that you have to focus on when beginning or even scaling your coaching business online, and that's DMs. Now, a lot of people think that, you know, you can just post content and people are going to come to you and they're just going to buy and they're going to be ready and they're going to be on the exact same kind of self-awareness level as you, but that's just not the case. A lot of the conversion is going to happen from being in the DMs. And I told one of my clients, I'm actually going to go in this park here. I actually told one of my clients, like, if I was Alex Hormozi right now, I would be telling you to be in the DMs for like every waking hour of your day, like 12 hours straight, just in the DMs, hammering down and just tracking everything and making sure that you have all of that aligned as well, because not many people actually track. But basically, that's what you need to be focusing on. Like, if you're growing your audience, if you're getting traffic, if you're getting followers, if you're getting interest, message as many people as you possibly can, because that's that kind of grinding phase that you have to be in to ultimately, you know, get those few sales and get that feedback and get all of that you need. So that's kind of the most important thing when starting and growing, is just being in the DMs and just scaling it that way, right? So another thing that we spoke about on this call was quality. So obviously you do need quality followers, but another thing is a lot of people disregard leads as just not a good fit way too fast, right? Especially when you're in this stage where you don't have a ton of clients, you're building your business, you don't really know what a perfect fit lead is, right? If you're starting your business, you don't really know what a perfect fit dream client looks like, because you don't have enough clients to really know that. So when starting off your business, don't disqualify people too fast. Like, if you're in the DMs and they talk about themselves and you realize, okay, that's not a perfect fit, dig deeper. See if they've got any other problems that you can solve. See if they've got other aspects in their life that they're struggling with. See if you can help in any other way, because chances are there's going to be a lot of people that are very similar to that person in your audience that have those similar attributes. So don't disqualify people too fast. Have a frictionless funnel or a frictionless kind of system at the start where you're booking in a lot more people. Maybe you're chatting with people that never buy, but at least you get some feedback. You get something else that you can latch onto. So first thing is volume of DMs. That should be like, you know, if I really want to tell you, like, there's going to be some coaches that say, yeah, do it for 30 minutes a day, you'll be fine. That's not really the case. Be in there for an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours a day minimum, so you can get enough volume in, so you can actually book enough calls to get that kind of feedback loop where you know who to focus on next. So that's kind of a huge thing with the coaching business. Another thing is, don't disqualify people too fast. You know, there's going to be people that might not tell you everything in the DMs. They might be shy. They might not tell everything. Get to know them more, chat longer, get to qualify them more, build a relationship with these people before you pitch them, before you send them the link and so on and so forth. You don't want to be too giddy and just book people in for the sake of booking people in. You want to have a conversation, you want to have a chat, send voice messages, send resources, send pictures, whatever you want to send. Have a relationship with people before you pitch, before you really get to judge them fully. I'm going to go in this swing here. But that's kind of my biggest takeaways from today's coaching calls is, you know, be in the DMs, don't disqualify too fast, and go from there. Another thing is, don't judge your coaching and your product too fast. A lot of people that are trying to scale to 20K a month, if things are not going the way they want, if there's a dry spell, right? If they're not getting clients for quite a few weeks now, a lot of people think, oh, it's just my product. You know, the product is the thing that's holding me back. My coaching service isn't good enough. It's not clear enough. That rarely is the case. Most of the time, the product and the transformation that you're providing isn't the problem, it's the people that you're speaking to. It's the problems it's the people that you're speaking to mostly. It's just not identifying the right person and shifting through those different people to find that right person. So that's a huge thing, is identifying the person that you can help. You could have an amazing product, an amazing service, but your business is struggling because you're working with the wrong type of people, right? If you're working with people that are in a victim mentality, that are stuck, that are broke, and this all has to do with your messaging, by the way. If your messaging is tailored in a way where you're talking to people that are beginners, talking to people that are stuck, talking to people in kind of this problem kind of mindset, you're gonna attract those type of low-level people. If let's say you're running an ad or just making content, if you're constantly focusing on problems, you're struggling with this, guess who you're gonna attract? A bunch of people that are victim mentality, that don't see a way forward, that are dwelling in these problems, that, are following your content because they realize, oh, I'm actually getting external validation because I have these problems, but I'm not going to do anything about them. If you speak more to dreams and desires and goals, you'll attract more ambitious people that are actually willing to take those actions. So let's say, for example, you're a fitness coach. Instead of saying like, oh, are you ashamed that you can't fit into your high school clothes, or ashamed of how you look in the mirror? Instead of using that language, try to speak about, imagine how you would look like if you were shredded in the mirror. Imagine like the goals you will be able to achieve if you're more confident. All of these things, you're going to attract people that are more goals ready, more desires ready, and therefore a bit more qualified, a bit more ambitious, a bit more ready to take action. So everything stems down from your message, the way you present yourself online. Every single tiny bit of data, every single tiny bit of the metrics that you collect, that all plays a part in the people that you're able to attract, or that you shouldn't be attracting. So whenever you're feeling stuck, whenever you're like, okay, what's going on? Dissect it into different portions. Okay, is my message the thing that's going wrong? Is it my content? Am I not doing enough DMs? Is it the people? If you dissect all of these things and write down the bits of data and improve it over time, you're always going to make calculated, smart decisions in your business. And that's the most important thing to move forward, is like, see everything as data points. I spoke to my client and he posted up a poll, right, on his story to kind of get more DM engages. And he had a few different options, like what people are struggling with. And the biggest one was fitness. And a lot of people voted on fitness. And I was like, yo, like, why don't you tailor your message more to the fitness aspect? If a lot of people are asking for that, why don't you talk about that more? Why don't you talk more about your audience and getting fit and that type of like dream desire and dream scenario? And he was like, yeah, I didn't think about that. And that's how I picture like content and ads and everything. It's just data. Once you do something, you test it, you write down the data. You can kind of like, excuse me, you can slowly adjust your messaging, refine your messaging. And that's super crucial with coaching. It's like, you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of people, because of that, are turning their wheels and not adjusting things because they don't have the data. They don't have the kind of points of intellectual property where they can make smart decisions. And that's just what I wanted to chat on this behind the scenes video here real quick. If you got this, that means that if you got to this far in the video, that means you're a real one. That means you're serious about this shit and you want to make it happen. And yeah, if you want to have a chat in my DMs to see what problems you have, I can maybe give you some direction. So hit me up on Instagram, DM me the word one if you want to have a chat. Show some love, give me some comments. Would love to see what you guys are struggling with. If you drop a comment of a specific problem or a specific thing that you're going through, I would love to cover it on the next video. So I hope this helps and have an amazing day, guys. Peace.